Oh, God. Hello? As you can tell, I'm in a weird mood right now. So I just decided because, you know what? If you want to know how Alex Velez acts on a normal basis... Fuck, this hurts my knees. Ow. This is me. Nice to meet you. Let's go on a little date. Let's talk about things. Let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about our lives. Let's talk about you. How are you? How are things? I just wanted to know. I want to get to know you. Hold on. You know what's going to make this a hell of a lot brighter? You ready for it? Come here. Come here, Dad. Oh. Sweet baby boy. There we go. All right. Now we're talking. Kind of. Can I get it pointed? Thank you. There we go. That's very bright. That's a bright. Oh God, that's too bright. So, anyways, I wanted to have a little talk. There's been a couple YouTubers that have been doing this lately. I've seen a couple people talking about this. Couple people. Let me just get to the chase. It's exposing celebrities. Now, being a celebrity myself, you know, your favorite D-list celebrity, I have had my casual encounters with many of celebrities, including Donald Duck and Michael J. Fox. But the one I want to talk about today is the sports master himself, the footballer everybody likes to call Ben Roethlisberger. Yes, Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger, the same one that throws footballs for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The guy who has had many allegations towards him. I just thought, you know, he would be a great person to fucking roast in this video. But not roast for the reasons you think. Not roast for any of the rape allegations. I'm going to roast him because this is the story of when Ben Roethlisberger called security on little old 12-year-old me. So there I was. It was me, my brother, and a family friend's son of ours. Every year, we would go to the training camps for the Pittsburgh Steelers because my dad had access to a friend who did security there, and they got us down on the field to hang out with the players and watch them practice, and then after they're done practicing, everybody bombards them and goes and gets autographs and stuff. In my mind, I thought being a little old baby boy growing up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, with football being everybody's everything, you know, this was cool to me. And being able to see all these people that you watch on TV right in front of you and have them sign your face and your hat and your t-shirts and stuff like that, that's pretty cool. Every year I would get like a football, and I'd have like I'd go to as many people. It doesn't matter who they were to me. I didn't even know half of them, and I just went up and had them sign it. And just, like, I have these like 3 of these balls. I have 3 of these footballs with like that are covered in signatures with people from, like Hines Ward, Troy Polamalu, Harrison Ford, James Harrison, and everybody that was on the field at that time back in like 2010. So being the Pittsburgh Steelers fan I was at the time, the person I wanted to meet the most was the man himself, Ben Roethlisberger. Now, the entire practice, I was watching him throw because, like, he's in a certain area and then the defense is in another area and he's practicing. I was watching him. I was like, this guy is 9'3" and he throws a ball harder than I can throw anything, harder than I can do anything. So this guy was the guy for me. He's the inspiration. Wanna how you feel it? I wanna how you feel it, say that. So he was the guy that I wanted to see. He was the man that I right after the practice was over, as I was going around like giving everybody footballs and be like, sign this please, sign this big boy please, you 3,000-pound man. Can you sign my ball for me? And they would. But I kept my eye open for Mr. Ben Roethlisberger because I wanted to get him to sign something because, you know, he's the man of the hour. He's the man of the time. He's the guy. He's the guy. After time passes, we're sitting there, we're walking around the field. We feel like as they start to get off the field, we feel like we've gotten as many signatures as we can. So we start walking up the street again, like there's this set of stairs that go up on the college campus that they practice at. And it's like where press goes and where like staff and whatnot, and which is the passes we had. We got access to staff passes because of the security people and whatnot. So we start walking up with the players and stuff like that, and like it's like trickling down to how many players were actually walking with us. So we're just walking, and we walk down past the building where the locker rooms are, because we can't obviously go in the locker rooms because naked football players and little baby boy me and my little baby boy brother and little baby boyfriend of my dad's son. As we're walking, we keep walking farther and farther, and we get to this parking lot. And this parking lot, and it distinctly has a line in the middle of it. Now, this line is probably just for parking purposes and whatnot, and in my mind, I'm just like hanging out, you know? We're just standing there. We're all standing there, and out of the corner of my eye, guess who is walking towards the locker room at this time? It was none other than Benjamin B. Roethlisberger. I was like, holy shit. And in my little baby boy mind, I was like, holy poop. I need to go get this guy's autograph. So I start walking towards him. I'm like, Ben, can you sign this? At this time, my dad is also making his way towards us, and he's just like trying to rally the troops in and whatnot. But then he sees Ben Roethlisberger, so he sees us going for him. He's like, heck yeah, guys, you go do you. So we're walking, and we get to him, and he just turns around, and he gives us the weirdest look. And then he looks up and looks back down. He looks back up. He goes, security, and walks away as security tells us we're not allowed to cross that line I was talking about previously. There was a line that separated family from staff, and we were 2 feet over that line. 2 feet. I swear to you. It was like 2 feet over the line, and he had to call security on us because he didn't want to sign our football. The funny part was we went back a year later. We went back the next year after the whole allegations of the rape charges or whatever happened. And we also got the next chance to meet Ben Roethlisberger 2 times. 2 times I met Ben Roethlisberger. But the interaction was slightly different. This time, as we were walking in the same parking lot, let me tell you that. It was the same parking lot with the same line right down the middle of it. We're walking, and what do you know? Out of the corner of my eye, I see Mr. Ben Roethlisberger on a golf cart on his cell phone, driving towards us. And guess what he does? Because he has to clear up all the shit that he's done in the last year. While on the phone of a conference call, he stops and signs our footballs, and then says thank you and leaves. So that's my story about Ben Roethlisberger and how he had to suck up to his fans, because when you rape people, people tend to not like you. So next time you rape somebody, make sure when somebody asks for an autograph, even if you're in the middle of a conference call, sign their balls.